Okay, so last night I had a chance to kind of work out the wrinkles a little bit. I had some extra A's and I kind of just rebuilt them because when I sanded this down, I kind of chopped up the back of them. So what I did is I just pretty much rebuilt them, and now what I want to do is kind of smooth them out a bit. So take my putty and we kind of areas that I kind of need to sand down. What I did today though is I actually primed her up and then I sanded it down a little bit. There's going to be a chunk here coming in front, so I don't have to worry about all the stuff up here. But like, there's a little mess up over here. I'll just put a little dab of putty there just to remember that that's kind of messed up. And I'm using the lighting in my studio to see my errors. You might not see it in camera, but I'm kind of looking at certain areas and I'm seeing stuff that needs to be filled in or sanded down. And a little bit over here. The back looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. Came out pretty nice and smooth. The back is pretty smooth. It's still a little tacky because I just sprayed it in the garage. But so like this area over here is going to need some major sanding. See, I didn't see it in the garage, but now I'm in the studio, so I could kind of see what I need to sand down. So even though I'm making the putty messy, that lets me know I gotta really sand that down. So like this foot over here is looking pretty good. We'll kind of get that seam nice and flush. That's why I like this Tamiya gray basic. It works pretty good for these little tiny errors that you want to kind of fix. Primer sticks to it pretty well, sands down pretty well. It doesn't take a long time to dry. It dries fairly fast. So it's just a matter of getting all these little... So like on this, gotta kind of use the light. Alright, I see what I gotta do here. So there's a little spot here. And then there's some over here. Alright, so that's looking pretty good. Oh, wait, there's a little, must have nicked this part of the foot when I was sanding, or maybe I hit it with a tool. Even though that might get covered, I forget how the boot works off the top of my head. I'm just kind of filling in the areas. So, alright, so I got all that filled out. And then what I did is I did prime her a little bit up top as well, just over here. And I think I might need to just kind of fix this one part here. Needs a little bit more. I think the rest is looking good. Yeah. Alright, and then I guess I must have nicked. You can see this little nick here, maybe. Probably not. But anyway, there's a little nick there I must have hit with the Dremel. Kind of patch that up too. And sometimes I let a little extra stick out like that, as you can kind of see. Only because that lets me know there's a spot there I got to sand down. Because if I don't remember that and I go to prime and I start painting, I'll wonder why there's like kind of a little smushy piece there, you know. And other than that, we're looking pretty good. Okay, so gonna let this dry and then I'll sand this down, and the next day I get a chance, and then I'll come back and we'll start plugging away more on the boots. Okay guys, I got some extra A's. I want to use this up, and it looks like I'll have enough to do one leg piece in front. So I'm going to set up on the floor, and I'll show you guys how I roll it out, and then we'll come back and we'll get one of the flat pieces on her boots, and then another night I'll get the other piece. Alright, so I think I'm pretty much done with that boot area there. It's really messy up top and at the bottom, but I'm going to sand that down and really smooth it out. But as I was looking at Amanda Connor's artwork, she did have a little bit of wrinkle there and a little bit of wrinkle there, depending on where it was. She also has, I realized that her soles are actually, it's all flat. It doesn't have an arch underneath of it. So I'm going to have to actually fill that in and give it some kind of like a running shoe, like notches at the bottom. But I'll probably do that later. I just wanted to pretty much get this one flat piece on and use up this resin. Now, because her leg, you know, because this is how legs kind of arch like that, I kept this thin and I arched it like that because I'm going to put the little, like, I guess belt buckle pieces over here. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one as well because that kind of arches as well. But just getting there. And also, it does look like she has running shoes, you know, even though they're boots. But so she has a little piece that comes up there as well. So that's why I added a little bit more to it, as you can kind of see. And I gave that part because the boots are going to be blue, and then the bottom is like a gray. So all that comes up gray and even over there. So I think that's pretty cool. I just wanted to make sure I was looking at the artwork while I was doing it. So that's one boot down on there. I'll sand it down the next day, and then when I have more Aves, I'll work on that one, and we'll start doing the belt buckles, and then move on to the gloves.